Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another live stream. And in this one, we are going to be talking about how you can save time and create more videos with the content that you already have, but of course, using AI. If you are new to me, my name is Zakia Ringgold, and I have built several brands. And like many of you, I have become enamored in all things AI. Now, of course, I need to check and see, did we actually land? I see we landed on Facebook. LinkedIn is always a little bit late to the party, but if you are joining me, be sure to say hello in the chat so that I can say hi. If I don't see your message while we are live, I promise to come back and respond because I'll get a notification like ding, ding, ding. Somebody has said something on your broadcast. You need to go and check that out. All of that good stuff. And we did make it to LinkedIn. So, after a very long hiatus, I have been deciding to do a little bit more on live streaming. And on Monday or Tuesday, I'm not sure, of this week. Nope, it was Tuesday, that fateful Tuesday in the United States. But I did a video sharing how I stumbled upon a video that I had previously done when I was working in corporate and how that shaped so much of my entrepreneurial journey and what I do in my businesses these days. Hey, Jason Hodge of Mastering Your Media. He's the reason I'm late, guys. This was supposed to be at 12. We were in a mastermind and it just kept going. And I was like, I got to get off, guys. But so good to see you. And thank you so much for joining me on the LinkedIn side. And so the reason for this is as I was going through that video, and I know for most of us as small business owners and brands, we have heard it time and time again, content, content, content. You have got to be putting content out there as much as possible, but you're also running a business. Who has time to create all of that content? Well, I am here to tell you from somebody who has been live streaming since 2015. 2022, 2023, we were a little late to the game. We stopped doing it because we started working a little bit too much. But you are creating content whenever you go live. But the power is being able to repurpose that content in ways that make sense for your business across social media, on your own website, in newsletters, in podcasts, however that may appear. But that can become very time consuming prior to the days of AI, which is what brings us to this video. So I can see, oh, Erica Bates is here. That's my girl right there, guys. That is the lady behind the Virtual Summiteers who gets us together every single Friday to talk everything related to events, technology, the latest LTDs. That's what we talk about. So if you're interested in getting to know a little bit more about that, be sure to connect with the one and only Erica Bates. And then I'll also share some of her stuff here on LinkedIn too. However, the reason we're doing this is I was about to go through the process of creating all of this content. And I do have two tools. So if you stick around, you will get a chance to see how we use those tools to repurpose content. So let me go over to the Facebook side. Fraser on Facebook, how you doing? Of course, Facebook is being a little bit janky and not bringing your comments here. So I'm going to bring them up over here. So the reason we're going to do this is I don't want you to be overwhelmed. And I don't want you to just try and fill up your feed with nonsense that is just spit out from an AI. I want you to turn into the generative AI and leverage these tools where they're using your content to create the additional pieces of content. So you go live once and you have 20 pieces of content that you can then use. Content in the form of shorts, content in the form of blogs, newsletters. Maybe you want to turn that live stream into a podcast. You can do it. You can also get your social media captions. I know, big promise, but I am somebody who does not overpromise and underdeliver. I am always the opposite. So let me go ahead and stop running my mouth and get us into this demo. Let me see if I can make this a little bit larger. Hello from Ottawa, Canada. How are you? Mom's Life on the YouTube side. And I know that you have a lot of content, and hopefully, this video will be helpful. So, let me go to my LinkedIn page. Okay. So, when I come to my profile, there was this video that we did. And so, at some point, and hopefully that doesn't actually play, but this is the impetus of it. We did a live stream, but now we want to go and create content. The first tool that I am going to show you all is a tool called Video Tap. And let me bring this back up. I kind of want to swap these and make this screen smaller. Hold on, guys. This is the joy of live streaming because I want, no, 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 no. I want my video to be the larger of the two. There she goes. Carol Ann. Don't play with me. We're going to figure it out. All right. And so this was the video. It was a 39-minute video. You do not need to create 39-minute videos, but sometimes I get a little yappy. And so it went a little bit longer than I preferred. And so the first tool that I am going to show you is Video Tap. And I will put the link to Video Tap so you all can see it. It's links.businesstechlab.com/video tap. This is the first tool that I'm going to be demonstrating. And so now when I come over to Video Tap, what you do is you add the video. Let me go here to the dashboard of this particular one. And when you upload the video, you can upload it from a YouTube source. And the reason I'm not doing that is because the video was 40 minutes, it would take about 5 minutes. So I did preload the video. But automatically, once I uploaded that video, it grabbed the title of it, it gave me the description, and what do we need on YouTube, guys? Chapters. So I can update my YouTube description with these chapters to make it accessible. Like sometimes people don't want to listen. Okay, Zakia, what's the meat and potatoes of what you shared? You don't have to watch the whole thing. You can jump right to the 37 minutes and 54-second mark of the video. It also gives us suggested tags around what it was that we were discussing. So entrepreneurship journey, training experiences, building brands, community building, corporate experience, live streaming tips. I don't know about that Zakia Ringle. That is not how you say my name. So let's delete that one. Business advice, entrepreneurship lessons. So depending on who your target audience is, that is going to quickly help you to figure out, are those tags aligned, and you're not doing the guessing game of what should I tag this. This is using AI to identify those tags that are relevant to what you shared in the video. It also gives you a summary. At any point, you can copy those tags and paste them right into your YouTube. It also gives you a summary. Now, you can share this. You can also ask AI to go ahead and regenerate it. I see Marlene is here on the Facebook side. I can't bring your comments up because Facebook is like, nah, we ain't having it. But hello, Marlene. How are you? That's my soap making sister from another mister. She's a supplier. She's a maker, a candlestick maker. No, she's not a candlestick maker, but she does all the things. But hi, Marlene. So good to see you. And so we have this summary, but if we don't like the summary, we can just go ahead and click on regenerate, and it will give us some new suggestions for that. Okay. Let's see. I'm making sure I'm not missing anything. Hello from Ottawa. Do you have any vlogs on how to increase soap sales? I don't. Now, see, this is where we go off on a tangent. This is the beauty of live streaming, but also the curse of live streaming. I don't have a vlog, but I do have a podcast on it. And I also have the latest book in my new Soap Makers Cookbook series, which is how to make and sell soap, Mom's Life. So that's available on Amazon. You can absolutely go there, to get that. But then you can also subscribe to my podcast, The Soap Maker's Tale. There, I share stories of other soap makers, but then also lessons learned, particularly around going from a hobby to a business owner for soap making. So hopefully, they will help you, and there will be much, much more. So hopefully, you are subscribed on YouTube because I will be sharing a lot more of what I've learned with the soap making as well as the teaching side and building my brand. So hopefully that helps. And so let's get back to the demo because now I'm going to have to edit for real. So we have the summary. Additionally, it gives us a meta description that we can use. But here's the power. I can click on clips, and what it does is it finds those clips that are highly relevant. And what do we need on social media these days? Shorts, shorts, shorts. Video, video, video. But we're not going to go and try and create those videos all over again. We have already created the content. I don't know why it always gets the weirdest faces that I'm making as the main clip that it's showing. But again, this is me not doing anything, and AI is going through and scrubbing and saying from all the things we know about what's effective for social media, about what's powerful in getting just the right amount of content in order to share that out. And what it does is it creates four, sometimes you'll get more, but it created four clips. One on documenting your journey, another one about going from corporate to entrepreneurial success, trusting your business instincts, and then corporate experiences that fueled entrepreneurship, particularly because that's what I talked about in the video. So, what I can do is I can click on edit. So, maybe I want to see what the heck was she talking about with that one, because maybe I want to use that to repurpose on social media. And so what it'll do is it'll set the scene. The nice thing is right now this is wide format, but what do they all want? They want the vertical format. This tool allows me to switch to a vertical format, and then I can pan it just a bit to make sure that I am still in the center. And then I can choose what kind of subtitles and captions I want. I like the karaoke one. I don't want it covering my face. So I'm going to click on settings, and I'm going to drag that to the bottom. I want the text position down here. Now let's go ahead and play that. And I'm not sure if the sound's going to come through. You guys give me a thumbs up and let me know if you can actually hear the sound from this clip. So, guys, I had to do very little editing. Very little editing. It captured exactly what I needed. It's a key point in that video. Additionally, I can change, like maybe I wanted the highlight color to be my brand color. So maybe I'll go and find a purple, right? Maybe you should have all of your things there, right? So maybe I can change that color. But this is a really quick way for me to go ahead and render this clip. And I'm going to also schedule it on LinkedIn while we're here. And then it also, not only does it give me the clip text, it gives me a recommendation for what to post with it on social media. Remember when keeping a diary was solely for teen drama? Now it's your number one tool in entrepreneurship. Cringeworthy. I don't think I'll use that one. Ever think capturing the messy bits of your journey might just be your secret weapon? A personal behind the scenes for future you? Nah, Imagine finding your old notes and realizing your casual side thoughts sparked today's big break. Wow moments come from the unexpected. I like this one, and that's going to be the caption as well as the video that we post on LinkedIn. So while that's rendering, I'm going to keep on going because there is more. Not only do we get those clips that we can use, it's going to kind of keep redoing them, but I can go through, I can edit them if I want. Maybe I want it to be something different. All of those, I have you can't hear it. Oh no. Okay. Well, you'll hear it on the LinkedIn post that I'm going to post, and make sure you say I was on the live stream. I think because I didn't have the microphone and there was a 30-second delay. My apologies, guys. Hopefully you could see the captions that were coming up. But thank you for letting me know. Unfortunately, there is a little bit of a delay, so I can't see that. But you will hear it. So make sure that you could say I was there when that was made when I go to post it on LinkedIn. Please and thank you. It helps with engagement and it lets me know that you guys did it. All right. So now, aside from that, I'm not going to play any more clips because you can't hear it on here, but you'll see them in my LinkedIn feed over the next 2 weeks. Additionally, the other part of content marketing is blogging. So aside from just having that content on the social media platforms, there should be something that you're sending people back to on your website. And again, we're not creating from scratch. We just spent 45 minutes. We're going to get as much content out of this as we possibly can. So by creating a blog post from your content, remember, we're not just going to ChatGPT and saying, write a blog post about how your early experiences impact your entrepreneurship journey. We are saying, write that based on the video that I just did. And that's what this tool is doing. It is saying, okay, Zakia talked about how her early experiences shaped the entrepreneurial journey. And there was a virtual wave. If you guys were on the live stream, there was Senator Bulworth who had joined us on there. But as you can see, a rule for all AI tools is you better go back and double check, because how can I quote myself and spell my name wrong? Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway that I have used AI. So you better go through and actually make sure. So let's go Zakia. How do you spell your name? No, just kidding. And so you want to read through it. So it's talking about, it's that intro there, a virtual wave from Baltimore, the importance of capturing your journey. That was a huge portion of what we were sharing on that video, going from corporate America to entrepreneurial freedom, being ahead of the curve, mapping the entrepreneurial journey, the lessons learned. Now, see here, it's giving me a quote. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight that, and I want that to stand out in the blog post that I create. So the nice thing about this tool is I can put it in a quote box. So that'll give it some visual appeal. One thing that I haven't shown is it will grab screenshots from within the video. So you don't have to go hunting for an image that may or may not work, right? You can actually use your content for those. So let's go ahead and look at that. Perfect. It's actually me right there in the corporate space. It speaks to exactly what we're sharing on the video. So I'm going to say, yep, that's the screenshot we want to use. It's going to put it right there in the blog post, guys. Very, very powerful. Now, it's still trying to do it. It's only doing that because we're live. Normally, I don't have these issues. So is this making sense? I feel like I'm talking a mile a minute, but I'm hoping that you're seeing the value of doing something one time and then getting multiple pieces of content based on what you shared, and not general information from the large language models that are ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, and all of that. This tool is taking your content and creating those pieces that you need for that ongoing content marketing. So I'm not seeing your chat, so it probably froze, but that's okay. We're going to keep on going because I got to keep this under 30 minutes. All right. So we now have from corporate America. There, I said something about ahead of the curve. Let's grab another screenshot. Nope, not that one. I want one where I'm side by side with the video. Yeah, that one should work. Yeah, because it has what the topic of the presentation was, and it also has me in the shot twice. That's kind of meta, isn't it? It's kind of meta. All right. So now what it'll do is it will go ahead and add that into the post, and you guys get it. And then what you can do is you can export this and put it into your website. But there's more. Podcasts. Do we have any podcasters out there? Right? So it took what I created and it gave me my initial script that I can then massage. It also gives me podcast show notes, which are so important for, again, discoverability with what you're doing and all of that. And for Erica to say, Zakia, it's making sense. I get it. I know I'm on the right track. So I'm going to keep on going. All right. So it gives you a podcast script as well as it's saying table of contents. I would use that as show notes. It also will generate emails for you to send out to your subscribers, highlighting what does that do? It gets them to know that you created that video and perhaps give them additional information. Again, not creating anything new whatsoever. If you want to create some additional posts in order to get people to go back and watch that video, because maybe you're like me and you never schedule it and it's right in the middle of them working, so they don't catch you live. So what you could do is then schedule out 5 to 7 pieces of social media content to point them back to that video or to point them back to the blog where you have embedded that video. So one of them, and just because it says Twitter, you can absolutely use these on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you're posting content. If it makes sense for the context of the platform, you can absolutely do that. So one of the captions it gave me is, who knew that counting to 4 would involve managing 4 brands, balancing natural soap school and a business tech lab? It's entrepreneur calculus. Like, wait, that might be curiosity driven. Like, what do you mean entrepreneur calculus? I don't think I've ever heard that. I'm going to use that. Nobody use it. I'm going to be using it. So don't you use it. All right. It also gives you some that are more poshed and polished for your LinkedIn crowd, because you know LinkedIn is the professional network. We don't show person. I'm being facetious. We absolutely do show personality, but it does have it baked in with the idea of how content is generally accepted on LinkedIn. So it's something about life's rhythms align with our business cycles, the intersection of politics and business. I wouldn't post anything about politics right now. A personal reintroduction to growth, nurturing entrepreneurial seeds. All of these would be really good for the platform. You also get a transcript because maybe you love what you have created within ChatGPT. So why not just copy this transcript and use that as your prompt within one of the generative AI tools? So that is the first one. On a scale of 1 to 5, how likely are you to actually use a tool like this? Let me come back full screen so I can see you. And I know there's a bit of a delay, so I got to pause and slow down, let my words catch up to the stream quite a bit. But how likely are you to use a tool like this? Or are you currently using a tool? So on a scale of 1 to 5, let's start there. I've asked you about 3 questions. Are you currently repurposing your content? Meaning you've created something and you're now leveraging some kind of tool to repurpose it, whether that be for podcast, whether that be for social media captions, whether that be for blog posts, your email newsletter. Put in a yes or a no. Jason is saying a 5. He is absolutely repurposing content because he's the king of mastering your media. If he put anything other than a 5, that would be That would be a problem. That would be a problem. All right. So that is the first tool that, oh, so I said I had two questions. How likely are you to use this tool? And let me go ahead and put the link up just in case any of you are looking for it. The tool that I'm demonstrating, or the first one that I demonstrated, was Video Tap. And you can find that at links.businesstechlab.com/video tap. I need to mention that I am an affiliate of the tool. It does not change your pricing, but I do get rewarded in the form of a commission if you choose to go ahead and get a subscription. So if you like it, you found it here and you want to use it, definitely use my affiliate link, please and thank you. All right. So now I'm going to quickly jump over and show you another tool, which is Menvo Pro. Again, I have already uploaded these into the platform. Thank goodness. Thank goodness my stats have reset. I get several minutes every month. I think it's 1,500, but it renews November the 15th. So if I go ahead and click on this, I've already uploaded the video and it can automatically pull videos from YouTube. So you can either have it stored locally and then you upload it into the platform, or you can have it automatically pull from your YouTube or any YouTube channel for that matter. For my course creators, you know where I'm going with that. You don't have to have all of the content. I'm not saying rip people off. That is not what I'm saying. However, if you're doing research and you want to pull several resources, these two tools are wonderful to do that. So it creates, this one typically gives me quite a few more moments. I will say that it does default to the vertical view, but you do have the ability to change them. So if I go ahead and click in this first one, I said, and I know you can't hear it, so I'm not going to play it, but I just want to show you the ability to edit. This one has a little more flexibility and functionality when it comes to editing your content. Erica Bates said it looks like a very nice tool. Jason says all the time. Erica is repurposing Baby Love over there on the YouTube side. Hello, Fraser. It's going wonderful. Thank you for checking in all the way from Scotland. Good to see you, my friend. All right. So with this, it will automatically create in the form that you want. The nice thing about it is, again, you can change the format. So it defaults to portrait because if you guys have not picked up what these platforms are putting down, shorts, shorts, and more shorts. And I'm not talking about the kind that you wear on vacation or in the summertime. I'm talking about short form video. And with short form as well as vertical video, meaning that portrait up and down video is the preferred method. But what I like about this tool is I can automatically, and I know you're not going to be able to hear it, and I don't know how to fix that. So let's see, audio. I'm going to get rid of cancellation. And let's try one more time with playing the audio. And I'm just going to play it for like 2 seconds.
To read your mind with this next question. I think I have the answer, but we will find out. When you are at home and you are attempting to learn something, where do you go?
My phone.
Google, internet, where at? If you want to watch a video for something, to see how
YouTube.
50 points, Alex. I knew you would say that. You do a YouTube video because there's something for you to watch, for you to see. You can follow it step by step.
And if you can't hear it, hopefully you can see the captions.
You typically go to Amazon reviews, Facebook if you're on Facebook, or LinkedIn to find out what other people think. So when it comes to in the workplace, where do you go? You go to those same kinds of tools? Colleagues, you may go to your colleagues. SOPs. But why don't we incorporate any of these elements in our learning and development programs? Why do we put people in a classroom and just hope that serendipitously sticks, but we don't use and leverage what they're currently using already?
So I'm just going to pause that because I really don't think you can actually hear that audio, but hopefully you were seeing some of the captions. What I like about Menvo is It also adds additional elements to the video that it creates. It can add magic frames around what it is that you're doing. So let's go ahead and activate that. It can add emojis to kind of make the point, sound effects, B-roll video for if it makes sense. And you have complete control over editing that, removing it, adding it, finding something different to replace it. So it's not just your static content, it's also creating those additional elements that might make it a bit more engaging on the social media platforms. So that does take a minute to apply. Let me come back here. You can hear it. You heard the audio. See, that delay is going to be the death of me because I can't tell if you can hear it. You can hear, but well, you did hear it. And so you heard like those bells dinging. You saw like those videos that were playing. And so because again, it saves me time. I have additional pieces of content. I just need to go through and make sure it actually captured what I wanted and that the AI was actually doing what I needed it to do. And so what I mean by that is if I come right here, this was B-roll that it found for the portion where I was talking about putting people in the classroom. But I can say change media and I can say classroom. Right? And maybe I'll have a blank. Let's see, load more. Is there more? Yeah, I'll just choose this one. Doesn't really a fit for adult learning, but I'm going to use that video. And let me make it, well, I'm going to make it landscape. And now if I play that, so we still have the voiceover from the actual content. So this is very similar to the other one. However, it adds those additional elements. So if I play here.
Just hope that it's serendipitously sticks.
And then it also had a place where it added a shopping cart image, right? So it added this shopping cart because I was talking about Amazon reviews. And I'm sorry, I moved that trying to get it out the way. It has a rocket ship when we're talking about development programs. So it automatically pulls those elements to try and create a more engaging experience for people that are watching those videos. So it creates 15 of those. So whereas VideoTap gives us 4 clips that are very targeted and very specific, Menvo does a whole lot more of them that you still have that ability to edit them as well as export them. Additionally, you get blogs. So just like VideoTap, we got a blog, and that blog was 702 words. Menvo also gives us a blog, but as you can see, it's a little bit different. You can always come in and edit it and write with chat if you want, and I'll talk about that in a second. It also gives us some key quotes, some pull quotes. So maybe you want to have just a graphic with your quotes, or you want to pull that as an audiogram. It tells you exactly where they are. So there was something motivational I said at the 34-minute mark. Take advantage of ongoing professional development. It's critical, and I will hearken on this again. It is so imperative that you continuously learn, but also apply what you've learned. There's something else on the importance of self-reflection. Capture the journey as you go. And I'm not going to repeat everything I said in that video. This would be a great time at the end of this video to go and watch my first one, where I talk about how you capturing your journey is going to allow you to see where you've come from, the lessons you've learned along the way, and those gems that you had early on. Embracing your uniqueness. So it will pull quotes from your content. It gives you even more in-depth timestamps. Remember, we did get those timestamps from VideoTap right at the top in the dashboard, but they were a bit more condensed. Whereas Menvo, it's giving us a bit more. So depending on how in-depth you want to be for your YouTube audience, you can use that to quickly get there. It also gives you some potential titles as well as a description and places to make sure that you put your links and relevant hashtags to what it is that you shared. Adding a shopping cart is cool. It was there, Jason. It's no longer there, but we are all holding out for Black Friday. We are all holding out for Black Friday. And the last thing that I want to mention about this one and the bonus of it is it also has its own version of Chat GPT within it. And again, turning yourself into the generative AI tool. And so it's using your video to answer your questions, right? So I can say, I can say, create a 30-day campaign around this video. Now, this is not a great prompt. This is really not a great prompt, but I just want to be very succinct in showing you how it will take what we say and try and create content, but it's no longer that general content. It is content around exactly what you have fed the tool. So AI is thinking, teaser video on social media, post an infographic, share a quote from the video, host a live Q&A session, create a blog post, share a video clip, run a poll, post a checklist for self-assessment, share testimonials, feature a guest post. All of these are coming not from the ether of AI, but the Zakia video that I have already embedded in here. And it's still going. And it's very, very targeted. Hey, Darla. Hi, I have a Darla and a Carla that came in on the Facebook side. Hello, ladies. Unfortunately, I can't see you over here. And Erica said adding a shopping cart. Cam, welcome. Cam, long time. Cam is another Periscope plant. I love Periscope. The community still hangs out, which is really cool. And so you have a tool like this where it does give you some suggestions. I want it to be in first person tone. I want it to be more brief, more funny, more engaging, more actionable, more casual, more specific. Something that everybody is telling you when it comes to any of these tools is you have to feed it with the tone. You have to feed it with the style. You have to do all of those things so that it sounds like you. The beauty of this is you've put your video in, so it knows exactly how you sound. It's just massaging it and creating multiple pieces of content that you can use for your brand. No more generic. No more generic. And you are doubling down on the content that you create. So I have gone over my 30 minutes. My apologies ahead of time. And so if you have any questions, do let me know. I do have the link for VideoTap. The other tool that I just showed you is Menvo Pro. What I will do is I will also add that one in there. I don't have an affiliate link for that one. If you get the VideoTap, that one is links.businesstechlab.com/VideoTap. The reason I am telling you it's affiliate link is, and I know some of you on Facebook don't know this, but it is a requirement. I can't send you somewhere where I get a commission and not tell you that, hey, I get a commission. But I also want to show you that I use these tools. I will never stand in front of you and say, hey, go get this tool. I use them thoroughly, often, and there is a reason I am recommending it. We are all in a place right now, and I'm not sure why that little background is there, but we are all in a space and a place, especially with the content creation and really trying to build that brand awareness, make sure our message is getting across to our target audiences, the clients, the people that we want to serve. However, there are only so many hours in the day. AI is coming at us all fast and furious, and there are some people that are digging their head in the sand and saying, nope, not going to do it. Some of you are absolutely leveraging the generative AI tools out there, which is fantastic. But if you have the ability to use a tool that can take your content and create multiple pieces of content out of it that you can reuse and apply it across your brand, across all of your social platforms, not forgetting your own website. Do not forget your own website. That is so important. I should be able to go to your website and see the same things that you're posting on social media. We do not want to disconnect. And so the time to create those things is once you've recorded once. We learned this in the live streaming days. The repurpose was real. And we didn't have all these fancy tools and cameras and teleprompters and multi-streaming. I would have one cell phone here, another cell phone here, trying to get them both coming. Which one, if we had to choose, would you recommend for someone just starting out and promoting a business? LinkedIn user, unfortunately, it doesn't show me your name, which means we don't have permissions to show it. That's a really, really good question. What I would say, and let me pull them both up again. Video tap is if you are just getting started. If you don't want to have to do any editing and you want to quickly get that content, video tap is going to be the way. I kind of call it the Apple versus the Android world. And I'm an Apple person, and no shade on an Android versus an Apple, but Apple has a pretty tight ecosystem. There's just certain things that you can do. There's no thought process that, well, that's not the right way to say it, but it's kind of just there for you and you just grab what you need. If you want to have a bit more creativity and flexibility with what it is that you're doing, I would go with Minvo Pro. Minvo Pro, it gives you complete editing capability. So if I were to go into this edit within Minvo, right, I could say, well, wait a minute, I want to extend this clip a bit. And because they missed the part where I was talking about my soap making, so I can extend the clip quite a bit and say continue. Then I can also add those other elements. You also want to consider how your audience likes to receive content. Is that going to be distracting if they see a bunch of B-roll, even though that's what all the videographers say, what makes the video stand out? Do you have a very professional brand where it doesn't make sense to use emojis? You can always turn those things off. But if you are still, or if you are somebody who is, you really want to flex that creativity muscle, Minvo Pro. If you're somebody who's like, look, I've got a ton of content that needs to be repurposed, just give me what I need, Video Tap. So hopefully that helps to answer. It's Nikat. Hello there. Good to see you. Thanks for putting your name in. Jason says, I am still, listen, Jason used to do these mining your business live streams where we would be making right? You see, that's the culture of live streaming. It's not it wasn't he, it was we. We were making frittatas, and it would be a 3-hour frittata where he taught us how to mine our business. I'm hoping he brings that to the LinkedIn world, because so many small businesses need that. Carla is saying, hey, can you customize the font? See, I got to be careful, because when I say you get complete flexibility, Jason will test me. And then I'm like, yes, you can customize the fonts. Now, you can't import your own fonts, but you can request a font. It's a very extensive list of fonts that are here. So let's see, Bad Script, Banana Island, Bangas. I like Bangas. Not really. It's a little too much. And this is where what I like about these tools is it also helps you to see that you need the help of others in the ecosystem. And the reason I say that is, oh, this looks great to me, but a user experience designer would say that print might be a little bit hard to read. That color combination, like Erica Bates is a graphic designer by trade. Eric is a graphic designer by trade. Very helpful. You are very, very welcome. Jason says, yep, I'm going to push it to the limit. I think that's a song. I am using Restream. I will do another episode next week. Next week, we're going to talk about all the things going live and all the tools that you could use. And we'll do a comparison between the various tools. I use both web-based tools and a desktop tool. So I will show you, we'll probably do 4 days of that next week. And then hopefully you will see how you can do that. All of them, you need to be able to record what you are doing locally or in the cloud so that you have the ability to repurpose. One thing I don't like about going live on my phone, particularly on Facebook or Instagram, is it's like almost impossible to get that video after you've done it. Using these streaming platforms, you get a recording that you can do whatever you like with it. Yeah, we've talked about that one. Prices are nuts. I'm not even going to give them any love on this stream, but if you're watching on Facebook, you know the platform that he mentioned. We'll have another discussion about some of these software founders who have taken to the likes of um, grocery founders. I don't know if they're grocery founders, but the price gouging, but they're going to learn a very hard lesson or a very simple lesson, that you don't treat your early adopters and your customers the way they're doing. So we'll talk about software as a service founders and like some of the right ways that you should go about running and managing a business. So I am Zakia Ringgold. I am hoping that with these tutorials and with these live streams, you start to see just how easy it is to build your brand, build awareness, and then also create content. Um, I always say that your online presence is just like your digital storefront. So if somebody were going down Main Street in your neighborhood, what you show up as online is that. That's that thing that they see if they were walking down the street. And there are tools out here that were not here before that make it so easy. Not completely easy, because sometimes they just don't work, but much easier than it was 3 months ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago. So there's no excuse not to have a website, not to have a blog, not to have an online store, not to have content. You have something to share with people. There is something very unique about what it is that you're doing and how you're doing it and why you're doing it. So use these platforms to cultivate that community and create the culture around your brand. All righty. So thank you so much, Jason. This was an amazing episode. And as you can hear, I have another meeting on my calendar starting in 10 minutes, and I won't be late for that one. But thank you all so much for joining. If you liked this stream, especially if you are on LinkedIn or any of the platforms, be sure to connect with me. If you have questions afterwards that maybe I didn't see because you weren't here live, this is going to be a hint to go ahead and subscribe or follow so you don't miss the next time that we are live. But put it in the comments. Let me know what questions you have. And if I have an answer, I will provide it. And if I don't, I'll go looking for it. But I'm Zakia Ringgold, and it has been amazing. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Bye, everybody. Oh, wait. Hold on. Somebody said something before I say bye. Thanks for making this far less daunting. We'll use your link on